Hey gamers, what's up? Muzz here from L1 Games with a new video for you. Today I want to talk about some really cool old school video game commercials that have really famous people in them. Well, some more famous than others, some you might recognize, some you'll definitely recognize. And these might be commercials you've seen, maybe some that skipped by you, some maybe before your time. It's just a really interesting combination of commercials and celebrities that I wanted to talk about. So let's get right into it. First off, we're going to go back to 1982 and look at an Atari 2600 Pitfall commercial starring this guy. Now, you may recognize this guy right off, you might not, but let's take a look at the commercial and see if you can figure out who it is.
Just last night, I was lost in the jungle with Pitfall Harry, surrounded by giant scorpions and man-eating crocodiles.
Well, Harry and I just grabbed the van, swung through the trees, and over the tar pits and found the jungle treasure. It was really neat.
If you haven't met Pitfall Harry, you're missing the year's most incredible video game adventure. Pitfall for the Atari 2600 and in television.
Since I met Pitfall Harry, no other man will do.
Pitfall, designed by David Crane for Activision.
And in case you didn't figure it out already, that's Jack Black doing a video game commercial in 1982, ironically moving on to more currently do a character in a video game in the new Jumanji movie, which is a lot of fun. Moving on, we're going to go to 1981 for ice hockey on the Atari 2600 with this crazy guy. And let's just check out that commercial real quick.
Do you have ice hockey by Activision?
Think you're ready for it? One of the roughest video games around for your Atari game system? Ready to battle for the puck?
Well...
To inflict fierce body checking? Yeah. Furious stick checking?
Yeah. Ruthless tripping! Yeah.
You really think you're ready for all that?
I'm ready!
Fine. Cash your charge.
Ice hockey by Activision!
For anyone who didn't already guess, that is SNL superstar funny man Phil Hartman, who also went on to do these crazy CDI commercials.
Say you're going to buy a CD player and you're thinking... But then you hear about the next generation CD player.
It's called CDI, and it works with your TV to bring you the ultimate in movies, games, and family entertainment.
Awesome!
Awesome is right. Awesome sound, awesome pictures, awesome choices.
CDI, tell a friend.
CDI, kid, huh?
Now get into CDI, starting at $2.99 with $200 of free software.
Say you're watching TV and this guy says...
It's CDI, friends, the next generation CD player that works with your TV.
And you'd say...
But I have a CD player.
Then your mom says...
No, dear. CDI works with your television.
You'd probably feel pretty dumb and maybe even fake it like you'd already experienced the ultimate in games, movies, music, and more.
Trust me, babe, I know about this CDI stuff.
Now get into CDI, starting at $2.99 with $200 of free software.
Say you're dancing to your favorite CD and someone says...
I can see it, man! I can see it!
And you're thinking...
Loser.
But actually, it's a premonition.
It's CDI, friends, next generation CD player that works with your TV.
I see amazing movies, man. I see incredible games. I see this whole world.
That guy creeps me out.
I think he's kind of interesting.
Now get into CDI, starting at $2.99 with 3 titles free, including Burn Cycle.
So that's pretty good stuff. Actually, those are some of my favorites. They're very funny commercials. He plays multiple characters, and just Phil Hartman was a great comic that we lost too soon under tragic circumstances, and it's really great to have these to look back on, you know, in the gaming industry history. If you look back and watch his old sketches and stuff, just a hilarious guy, and these are super fun to watch. Moving on, we have a famous voice in this next commercial from 1981 for the Magnavox Odyssey 2.
Odyssey, video game fun, computer keyboard challenge, the entrance to an alternate world of fire-breathing dragons, hard-hitting sluggers, arcade wizards, outer space wizards. More than 40 games in all. Odyssey, the excitement of a game, the mind of a computer. All for the price of an ordinary video game. Odyssey.
And in case you didn't guess it already, that was the one and only Leonard Nimoy, aka Spock from Star Trek. But not to be outdone, right around the same time, 80-81, William Shatner was doing some pretty cool commercials of his own for the Commodore VIC-20. So let's take a look at those.
Why buy just a video game from Atari or Intellivision? Invest in the wonder computer of the 1980s for under $300. The Commodore VIC-20. Unlike games, it has a real computer keyboard. With the Commodore VIC-20, the whole family can learn computing at home. Plays great games, too. Under $300, the wonder computer of the 1980s, the Commodore VIC-20.
Coming soon, Commodore brings you Gorf, the Wonder arcade game, and Omega Race in home versions. Commodore.
When it comes to video games, nobody compares to Atari.
I find Intellivision more sophisticated and lifelike. Gentlemen, move over for my friend Vic.
The Commodore VIC-20.
Move over?
The Commodore VIC-20 does more than your machines. It's a great computer that also plays great games. Like this, and this, and this.
A computer that plays great games?
Under $300?
Exactly.
We didn't know.
Get the Commodore VIC-20 computer for under...
But he wasn't done there. In 2013, William Shatner came back to do a commercial for the new Star Trek movie-based video game that I think is absolutely hilarious. Let's check it out.
You keep getting me killed. I thought you had my back. Oh, not again. Hold on just a minute. Okay. We're both too old for this kind of thing.
Star Trek, the video game.
All right, now you're overacting.
Now what's crazy about that is that's 32 years after he did those VIC-20 commercials. And I just think that's crazy. And it also shows William Shatner has a sense of humor. Makes, I don't know, it makes the guy likable to me. But one cool thing is to think about the Kelvin timeline in which the new Star Trek movies take place. They kind of change things around, and I don't think he ever fought the Gorn in that timeline, right? He wouldn't have. So just something interesting to consider. We got Captain Kirk from the original timeline fighting the Gorn while they're playing a game that takes place in an alternate reality. Next up, we have a face you should definitely recognize from 1982 doing a Megaforce for the Atari 2600 commercial. It's this guy. Do you recognize him? He's only in the commercial for a split second, but let's take a look.
The world's in danger, only you can save. Say still, speed, there's a seal, it takes Megaforce. The enemy is everywhere, so take the cycle through the air. You rocket for the thunder, you're the mission master. Megaforce, and when you do, you won't be the same. 'Cause of Megaforce.
Megaforce for your Atari VCS, one of the new games of the century from 20th Century Fox.
And yes, if you haven't guessed already, that was Bryan Cranston, years before Breaking Bad, which is, I think, just awesome. I love to see some of these guys before they were famous doing these commercials, and then when they become superstars, basically, you get to look back and see what they were up to back in the days when they were probably sleeping on couches trying to become famous actors. Next up, this 1983 Decathlon commercial for the Atari 2600 features someone you know in a very different way today. Let's take a look.
How far is far?
Announcing the Activision Decathlon by David Crane.
How fast is fast?
10 events designed to challenge the limits of your ability.
How great is great?
I never thought I would experience the challenge of the decathlon again. I was wrong.
For your Atari 2600, the Activision Decathlon, let the games begin.
That's crazy, right? Bruce Jenner, long before Caitlin ever came to be, and it's an interesting way to see how people grow and change over the years and, I don't know, become what they want to be. Next up, we have this kid doing a 1982 Cosmic Arc commercial for the Atari 2600. Let's take a look.
TV. Check. Cosmic Arc cartridge. Check. Power. Yeah, power.
Cosmic Arc is a game cartridge for the Atari video system.
Meteor! I got it!
The Cosmic Arc searches out strange creatures on distant planets.
Beam them up!
But the deeper the Arc travels in space, the tougher it gets.
We may never get back to Earth! Boys, clean your room. We're back.
Cosmic Arc via magic. The video system must be bought separately and connected to the TV by your parents.
So for those of you who don't know, that was Peter Billingsley. And he played Ralphie in A Christmas Story, of course. And he also played Ming Ming in the movie Elf. He was kind of the elf manager at Santa's workshop. So that's pretty awesome. Next up, we have a crazy commercial from 1982. This kid, at 8 years old, in a Yars Revenge Atari 2600 commercial. And I don't think you're going to guess who that is if you don't already know. But let's watch the commercial and see.
Jeannie, hold on. Mom and Dad said I could play Yars Revenge. Revenge? Who's getting even with who? You'll see.
Yars Revenge is a video game cartridge you have to buy separately to play on the Atari video computer system. Your parents hook it up to the TV.
Now you're supposed to be Yars, fighting the bad Kotak. You got him, Jeannie. Can I stay up late? Good night, Steven.
This is the Atari video computer system. Yars Revenge and other video game cartridges are each sold separately.
So if you haven't figured it out yet, that kid grew up to do some very popular commercials in the 90s. He was the Cha-Ching Kid in the Rallies commercials. He was also Scotty Evil. And he piloted the Normandy in the Mass Effect games as Jeff Joker Moreau, none other than Seth Green. I'm a big fan of Seth Green. I love Family Guy. I love everything he does. So just awesome stuff. Next up, we have none other than David Bruce Banner from the TV show The Incredible Hulk. In the show, he wasn't called Bruce Banner, he was called David Bruce Banner. There are a lot of reasons why. You can look that up yourself. I'm not going to get into it, but he did commercials for the Tandy TRS-80 Model 2000 back in 1984. So that's worth checking out. Let's take a look.
Buy my computer.
Hey, buy my computer.
No, buy my computer.
There's one way to cut through today's computer clutter. Compare other business computers with Radio Shack's Tandy TRS-80 Model 2000. Judge the ease of operation, speed, graphics, software, and price. Compare. I believe your informed buying decision will be the Tandy 2000 personal computer.
See it during September at $300 off. We invite comparison.
How serious was he, right? Like, he had that serious announcer thing going on. I love that commercial. So next up, we're going to go to 1988. We're going fast forward a little bit. This is a later commercial, but it's Aretha Franklin, the Queen of Soul herself, doing a 1988 ad for Target for the NES. Let's check that one out.
I've been away so long, but no matter where I've gone, I'm never away for the holiday. I'm bringing Christmas home.
This Christmas, bring home the Nintendo Entertainment System. Action set, only $99.99 at Target.
Bringing Christmas home.
That's kind of a makeshift commercial. It could have been anything, right? They could have done socks. They could have done anything. Like, it didn't have to be the NES. They just kind of threw that in. They edited it into the footage. But it is a Nintendo commercial nonetheless. Lastly, we have what I consider arguably to be one of the greatest comedian actors to ever grace the screen. He also made what I consider to be some of the most warm, heartfelt, and loving video game commercials ever done. Robin Williams and his daughter Zelda did a series of commercials for Nintendo for Ocarina of Time, Four Swords, and Skyward Sword. And if you're wondering about her name, Zelda, then take a look at this.
Hi, I'm Robin Williams. This is my daughter, Zelda Rae Williams.
Hi, I'm Zelda Williams.
Zelda, this story about you.
Yeah.
what a great name for a girl, Zelda.
From what I've been told, they were playing Zelda when my mom was pregnant with me.
Who thought, because we were playing the game Legend of Zelda at the time, I bought one of the first Nintendo systems and brought that home with a very large TV and set it up. It was Zelda, and it was amazing because it was just, it's addicting. I was playing it for hours and hours and hours and hours.
And I think both my parents really liked the name, and so it stuck.
A lot of people come up and say, is she named after F. Scott Fitzgerald's wife? No, it's Zelda for the Legend of Zelda.
Where I was in grade school and girls made fun of me for it. And I was like, Mom, I'm gonna change my name when I'm 18. And then I ended up loving it again. And it's constantly, people are like, that is the coolest name ever. So I actually really enjoy it.
You're lucky you're not named Mario or Luigi or Samus.
Because it would have been Peach if you were bitten. Peach is a terrible name.
Oh no, Peach would be a rough name for a girl.
Peach. I would have seen no end to the torment for that one.
These commercials were special for kind of a lot of reasons. The nostalgia, the fact that he named his daughter after the main character of the games, the depth of the loss of Robin Williams, and the heartbreaking circumstances under which we lost him. You can see the love in these commercials. They're really well done, and they come from a place I think that has a lot of meaning. And you can check them out for yourself and see what you think.
Lose, Santa? You remember what you have to do if I win, right?
Oh, yeah.
Stop stealing my rupees.
They're mine now. Mine!
It is not over yet.
What move was that? Oh, don't do that.
It's over! You lose! See you in a minute.
Zelda, check it out. Rematch?
Celebrate the 25th anniversary of The Legend of Zelda and download your gift copy of Four Swords Anniversary Edition on Nintendo 3DS, DSi XL, and DSi. Play wirelessly with up to 4 players.
The first time I saw you, I knew we'd be linked forever. For you, I traveled to the 4 corners of the world. I faced adversity. I became a hero.
Dad.
I saved your kingdom.
Dad.
Yes, Zelda?
Are you mixing me up with the princess again?
Hard to say. You're both pretty magical.
Well done, Zelda. But you have a lot to learn before you become a master.
And those are just totally special commercials, and I'm a father, so I understand the connection with his daughter, and I lost my father, so I understand that kind of a loss, and it's really meaningful, and I think those commercials really are special and something that every gamer should see and every person should feel something for. But rather than end on that sad note, which I don't want to do, let's grab someone from earlier. Seth Green, who did the Yars Revenge commercial in 1982, who came back in 2007 to pilot the Normandy, and in 2010 did these amazing commercials for Dragon Quest IX. Enjoy.
Guys, I have an extra ticket to the concert tonight. Take me, dude.
Take me.
Please take me.
Oh, choices, right? In Dragon Quest IX, I had to choose between a martial artist and a warrior to take into battle with me. I chose a warrior. Who will you choose? Decisions. Choose your posse, your weapons, your strategy. The adventure is yours. Dragon Quest IX, Sentinels of the Starry Skies. Rated everyone 10 and up.
Mom, plaid or stripes?
Honey, just be yourself.
You don't understand. It's Kelsey Weaver.
You know who does understand? Me. In Dragon Quest IX, I can choose from hundreds of outfits. I battle monsters in a fur poncho. That's my choice. What's yours?
Hi there.
Hey, great cape.
It's a poncho.
Choose your wardrobe, your weapons, your strategy. The adventure is yours. Dragon Quest IX, Sentinels of the Starry Skies. Rated everyone 10 and up.
And that's it for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed these commercials as much as I enjoyed presenting them to you. I think it's a really cool and unique perspective of video game history that we don't often get to look at. So that's it. I'm going to get back to work, but I will see you all soon. Thanks so much for watching. Please do subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell icon for updates. Follow me on Twitter at L1Games, and you can follow me on Instagram at L1Muzz. I'm out of here, and I'll talk to you all soon. There's really something to be said for the connection that Robin and Zelda Williams had, and watching those commercials really hell. Okay.